Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I just did a video and I ran out of recording time. I'm going to try to go through this again very quickly. How can I condense the story? Okay, last night I was on the porch. It was a warm evening. And I noticed there was lightning in the distance. There was light rain, but it was warm enough to be outside. I was outside communicating with somebody on Messenger when suddenly, the lightning got a little bit too uncomfortable for me because I'm afraid of that kind of thing. I came inside, and a few minutes later, the electric just casually went out. I didn't even notice any high winds or anything in the area. However, our whole area is under some sort of emergency situation now. So, the cats, who I thought were supposed to be, I thought cats were supposed to see well in the dark and do well and not care if it's dark. And they all started to be terrified, and I was very calm, I might add. And I made a little, I took some Shabbat candles from back in the day when I was a practicing Jew. And I made a little, I don't know what I made, a casserole of candles. Because I took a casserole dish, I put kitty litter in it. No, not from the litter pan. Brand new kitty litter. Jammed the candles in it, lit them so I would have like a major source of light. I took a juice jar and did the same thing with one candle so I could have a torch. And then I went around and lit the other candles that are in place for when this happens. Okay. Then, life went on. The cats, I was trying to calm them down. When Perpetual made his way home, prior to his arrival, he was on one of the back roads here when a tree literally fell 18 feet in front of him. He was trapped. He had to turn around, sit in somebody's driveway. He was kind of afraid. And then he made his way home just as the electric was coming on. But during that time when the electric was out, ladies and gentlemen, I heard a really loud bang. I mean, it was loud. It sounded like we have an old garage. We have an old house, period. And the garage is just, the door isn't one of the newfangled ones. It's heavy wood, it has the sections, blank, blank, bloom. And then it slams down sometimes if you don't, got it appropriately into its place. It literally sounded like somebody was in the garage and it slammed shut. I made my way to both doors and locked them, ladies and gentlemen. But the funny thing is, I, for some reason, went and retrieved my revolver. And I'm cracking up because last time I did that, I shot my own wall in my own home. So I don't usually retrieve the revolver, but I thought, oh God, I'm a little bit nervous. So I did. It was on safety, and I set it in a location where I didn't go walking around with some gun, waving some gun like Gus on Lonesome Dove. So at any rate, okay, life went on. And, then Perpetual got home, and then he discovered that, oh my God, there was a line down in the turnaround where I park Edna. It was a cable and electric line combined. That's what I heard ripping off the side of the house, I guess, evidently, with speed and agility and a lot of drama. And so I had to call the electric company, even though our electric was back on. There was some shenanigans going. I mean, this thing was whatever, dangling. So, this thing keeps connecting and unconnecting to Wi-Fi as I do. Okay, so Perpetual was totally bummed. I mean, totally bummed that the TV didn't work. And, I joke around a lot about people being brainwashed by TV and don't watch corporate media and stay away from your TV and throw your TV out, get rid of your TV and don't look at it. Well, I mean, this was, there were visible signs of withdrawal. Okay, let's just put it that way. To the point that the man had dinner and decided he would go check at the trailer, make sure everything was okay. Really wanted to make sure if his TV was working over there, ladies and gentlemen, which it wasn't. But his boat was moved from a 12 o'clock, like from the bow stern, front, back, bow, stern. The front, the bow, where it comes to a point. It was like originally facing at noon, pictured on a clock. It had been turned around to like 9:30 or 10 from this high wind. We think maybe it was a slight tornado or something because the whole area is out. Okay, so in his absence, when he leaves to, check the trailer, a large truck immediately backs into my driveway, and I'm just sitting in the kitchen smoking out the window as I do during the live gig. And I heard stuff going on, tree limb being cut and this and that. This truck was huge, by the way, huge. And suddenly a very snackish fellow approached the window, and there I was in my night clothes. And I said, "Come and get your love, baby." No, I did not. He told me what was going on, that there was the wire was down, and it might not be repaired till the morning, and la-di-da-da-da, and all this jazz. And then next thing, Perpetual arrived home and had a long talk with him. And the gentleman explained that he was from the tree company. When he cut the tree down, it made things worse. The wire is not live or anything, but it's, bad enough that we have to keep the animals in and all that jazz. And meanwhile, at one point during the night, when other people were in the driveway with flashlights from God knows what company, this whole area has emergency vehicles all over it as I tell you this. Perpetual went out to investigate and left the back door open. Marie got out. I had to go grab Marie by the scruff of the neck in the rain and the freezing in my nightclothes. I'm sorry I had to be rude. It doesn't hurt or anything, but I'm doing it for our own good. You know what I mean? So all the animals have to be in. I'm cutting the story very much down. That is the story. Later on, I'll show you the lovely... did you hear that? Can you hear that? The casserole kitty litter that I made. Did I tell you that part? That I went and got kitty litter and took Shabbat candles? Yeah. I'm all set here because I have Shabbat candles from back in the day. I have Hanukkah menorahs and candles galore. So, I could stock a synagogue. So, anytime, this happens, I usually just flip over to my Jewish side. Okay. Lounging with Lisa, the videos. Here's it as me lounging. We're coming out. Your thoughts of the day. Please join me. Join others. Drop your political identities. Let's focus on issues. Leave labels at the door and research before you judge. Bye.